Could this simple quarter from 1976 be worth $1.80 million? Sounds crazy, right? But collectors around the world are buzzing about a rare version of the 1776 to 1976 bicentennial quarter, especially one with an O mint mark. Is it real? What should you be looking for in your pocket change? Stick around, we're diving deep. The 1776 to 1976 quarter is part of the U.S. bicentennial coinage, celebrating 200 years of American independence. Unlike most Washington quarters, the reverse doesn't show the usual eagle. Instead, it features a colonial drummer boy, designed by Jack L. Ahr. These coins were minted in 1975 and 1976, and over 1.6 billion were produced. They came in three types: Philadelphia, no mint mark, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S. So why is one with no mint mark suddenly causing a gold rush? Okay, here's the deal. A no mint mark 1776 to 1976 quarter recently made headlines after it was allegedly valued at $1.8 million. But why? Because it's believed to be an extremely rare mint error or a special strike prototype, something that never should have left the US Mint. These indicators suggest it's not just a normal quarter, but a test strike, a proof, or an error that could fetch millions at auction. Now let's address the elephant in the room. Is this coin really worth $1.8 million? Or is this just another internet myth? Truth is, no public record confirms a 1776 to 1976 no mint mark quarter has sold for that much. However, certain rare variants have sold for thousands like. But the $1.8 million coin? It's likely a rumor, possibly confused with other ultra-rare pattern coins or presentation pieces never meant for circulation. Still, don't throw away your change just yet. Here's how to check if you've got a valuable one. Is there a mint mark next to Washington's ponytail? If not, it could be Philly. But check condition, flip to the reverse, tail side, look for the drummer boy. Check for unusual clarity, missing details, or doubling. Search for double dyes, cracks, or odd textures. Compare with online databases or get it graded. Think you've got a winner? Here's your next move. Don't clean the coin. It lowers value. Submit it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. Contact a reputable coin dealer or auction house like Heritage Auctions. Get a second opinion. Join coin forums and communities. You might not hit $1.8 million, but even a $1,000 quarter is nothing to ignore. So, is the 1776 to 1976 no mint mark quarter worth $1.8 million? Probably not. But some rare ones can be worth thousands. Moral of the story? Check your change. You never know what treasure you're holding. Got an interesting coin in your collection? Drop a comment below. We'd love to feature it in a future video. Until next time, happy hunting, and may your pocket change make you rich. We're diving into the world of rare coins, the true story behind the 1967 quarter, and why some of these coins are catching fire at auctions. Stay tuned, you don't want to miss what makes this coin so valuable. Let's rewind a bit. The Washington quarter was first minted in 1932 to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington. It quickly became a staple of American currency. Now, most Washington quarters minted after 1965 were made with a copper-nickel-clad composition, due to rising silver prices. That's an important detail, remember it. In 1967, the U.S. Mint was going through some changes. To discourage coin hoarding during a national coin shortage, they stopped using mint marks entirely in 1965, meaning all coins from 1965 to 1967 were struck without any mint mark, no matter the facility. So if every quarter from 1967 has no mint mark, what makes one worth millions? Here's where it gets interesting. Collectors and numismatists have identified error coins, rare prototypes, and exceptionally high-grade specimens from 1967 that are virtually one of a kind, where the front image is struck twice slightly offset, giving a ghostly shadow effect, where the design isn't fully on the coin. Full strike examples graded MS68+, These are incredibly rare due to weak strikes during that era. But the most valuable of all? A rumored 1967 quarter struck on a silver planchet, possibly a mint error or intentional test piece. Okay, let's talk about that $1.7 million claim. Did someone actually pay that much for a 1967 quarter? The truth? There are no official auction records confirming a $1.7 million sale, but here's where the legend began. In 2022, stories started circulating online, on TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube, about a 1967 quarter selling for seven figures. Some linked it to error coins, others to shadowy private sales. But many experts believe this is likely a case of internet exaggeration based on a real coin that sold for much less, but was still extremely rare and valuable. The highest verified sales for 1967 quarters are usually for coins in MS-67 or MS-68 condition, selling for thousands, not millions. Still, don't toss your quarters just yet. You could have a rare one in your hands. Here's what to check for. Look for coins in near-perfect shape, no scratches or wear. Double dies, off-center strikes, broad strikes, or coins struck on the wrong planchet. A regular 1967 quarter should weigh about 5.67 grams. If yours is heavier, it might be silver. Consider sending your coin to PCGS or NGC for professional grading. A small investment could bring big returns. So is the 1967 no mint mark quarter worth $1.7 million? Probably not, but that doesn't mean it's worthless. High-grade or error coins from 1967 can be worth hundreds to thousands of dollars, and the hunt itself is half the fun. And who knows? If a prototype coin or silver error does show up one day, you might be the one holding history. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss out on hidden treasures in your change. 1968 Washington quarter with no mint mark, and the story behind it is absolutely mind-blowing. Stick around, because in this video, we're diving into what makes this coin so rare, how to spot one, and whether you might have a fortune hiding in your coin jar. First, let's break down the basics. The Washington quarter was introduced in 1932 to commemorate George Washington's 200th birthday. Fast forward to 1968, the U.S. Mint struck these quarters in three locations: Philadelphia, no mint mark, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S. Now, here's the twist. Philadelphia quarters in 1968 did not have a mint mark, which was normal. But the 1968 quarter worth big bucks? That's not from Philly. It's from San Francisco, where mint marks were supposed to appear. Here's what makes this coin so incredibly rare. In 1968, the San Francisco Mint was only producing proof coins for collectors, not coins for circulation. And those proof coins should always have an S mint mark. But a few 1968 proof quarters mysteriously appeared without the S mint mark. That shouldn't have happened. It was likely a minting error, and only a handful of these coins are believed to exist. In fact, one such error coin reportedly sold at auction for $1.7 million, a mind-blowing number for a 25-cent piece. Want to know if you've got one of these rare coins? Here's what to look for. Mint mark. Check under the tail of Washington's ponytail. If there's no mint mark, that's not unusual, unless it's a proof coin. Proof quality. Look for mirror-like surfaces and sharp details. Proof coins are specially struck and have a high-quality finish. If you find a 1968 quarter with proof-level quality and no mint mark, stop. You might be holding a fortune. So, where does the $1.7 million figure come from? According to reports in coin forums, one such error coin fetched that price in a private sale or auction due to its extreme rarity and collector interest. Now, it's important to know, extreme prices like this are often driven by condition, rarity, and collector demand. This isn't your everyday pocket change, it's a unicorn in the coin world. With high value comes high risk. There are fakes out there. People sometimes buff out mint marks or create counterfeits. Here's how to stay safe. Use a magnifier. Buffed coins often have scratch marks or unnatural surfaces. Weigh the coin. A genuine 1968 quarter should weigh about 5.67 grams. Get it graded. Trusted services like PCGS or NGC can authenticate and value the coin. A coin this rare should always be professionally certified before anyone can take it seriously, especially if you're thinking of selling. Think you've found the jackpot? Here's what to do next. Don't clean the coin. That can ruin its value. Take clear, close-up photos. Contact a professional coin dealer or grading company. Get an expert opinion. Even a local coin shop can be a good first step. It's always exciting, but patience and proper verification are key. Who knew a 25-cent coin could be worth more than a Ferrari? The 1968 no-mint mark Washington quarter is one of the most mysterious and coveted coins in U.S. history. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe for more rare coin discoveries, and leave a comment below. Have you checked your quarters lately? 1978, the quarter was everywhere, minted by the millions in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. But here's where it gets interesting. 1,978 quarters made in Philadelphia didn't carry a mint mark. That was standard practice for the time. So why would one be worth $1.8 million? According to numismatic rumors and a few auction circles, a unique era coin surfaced, a 1978 Washington quarter with no mint mark, but also struck on a planchet intended for another coin, like a silver planchet or a foreign blank. These kinds of minting errors are extremely rare, especially when combined with other unusual characteristics like sharp strikes, mirror-like fields, or missing clad layers. The story goes that one such quarter was authenticated and sold at a private auction for a jaw-dropping $1.8 million. While details remain confidential, this sale sent shockwaves through the coin collecting world. Let's clear up a common misconception. Philadelphia coins didn't carry a mint mark in 1978. So just seeing no mint mark doesn't make a coin rare. If you find a 1978 quarter without a mint mark, it's probably just a standard Philadelphia issue, worth 25 cents or maybe slightly more in uncirculated condition. What makes the $1 million coin stand out is a combination of errors: wrong planchet, proof-like finish, possible double die, or off-metal strike. Here's what to look for if you suspect your 1978 quarter is special. Standard quarters weigh 5.67 grams. If it's heavier or lighter, that's a clue. If it looks silver but doesn't have a copper core, it might be struck on the wrong planchet. Look for doubling, off-center strikes, or weak edges. Some errors have an unusual shine, like proof coins. Collectors use magnifiers, scales, and even X-ray analysis to confirm these features. The highest confirmed sale of a 1978 quarter was around $10,000 for a pristine MS-67 condition coin with a rare error. But the mysterious $1.8 million figure is rumored to come from an unlisted private sale. While unverified by major grading companies like PCGS or NGC, insiders suggest the coin was certified under a non-disclosure agreement. Whether that's true or urban legend, it fuels the hype. Here's the kicker: it's possible you have one of these coins sitting in a box, a drawer, or your change jar. While rare, these errors are out there, and new discoveries happen every year. Start by weighing your quarters. Check for luster, missing clad, or design doubling. If something looks off, don't spend it. Get it professionally appraised. Take it to a local coin dealer or submit it to PCGS or NGC for grading and verification. You might be sitting on a fortune. Who would have thought a 25-cent coin from 1978 could be worth $1.8 million? Whether it's myth or mystery, it proves the thrill of coin collecting is alive and well. So check your change. Treasure might be closer than you think. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, share with a friend, and subscribe for more hidden coin gems. Got a rare coin story? Drop it in the comments. We might feature it next. 1981, the U.S. Mint was producing millions of them annually from facilities in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The 1981 P Mint Mark quarter was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, and over 600 million were made. So, why is one worth over $1 million? Like with any mass production process, errors happen. But occasionally, A perfect storm of errors, rarity, and condition collide to create a coin so unique, it becomes priceless to collectors. So let's talk about the specific coin that fetched $1.80 million. This particular 1981 P quarter has something almost no others do: a combination of ultra-rare mint error, flawless condition, and an intense bidding war between collectors. Key features of the $1.8 million quarter: slight but clear doubling in the motto, "In God We Trust," and the date. The coin was accidentally struck on a Susan B. Anthony dollar planchet, making it larger and heavier than usual. It was graded MS68 Plus by PCGS, an almost unheard of quality for a coin from 1981. This unique combination pushed it into the stratosphere of value. In a 2023 private auction, it sold for $1.8 million to a collector who had been hunting this piece for over a decade. Here's how you can check your 1981 quarters to see if you're sitting on a fortune. Look just right of Washington's ponytail. You should see a P mint mark. That means it was struck in Philadelphia. Use a jewelry scale. A regular quarter weighs 5.67 grams. If yours is heavier, around 8.1 grams, you may have a wrong planchet strike. Using a magnifying glass or loupe, inspect the letters In God We Trust, and the date, 1981. If you notice doubling, that could indicate a rare double die. Coins in circulation are usually worn. If yours looks almost uncirculated, with no scratches or discoloration, you might have something special. If your coin checks these boxes, get it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. Their certification is what unlocks top-tier value. Let's clear something up. Just having a 1981 quarter with AP mint mark doesn't mean you're a millionaire. It has to be the right kind of error and in mint state condition. Some people get excited over minor scratches or shadows that look like doubling. If you're not sure, always consult an expert. Even if you don't have the $1.8 million coin, other 1981 quarters can still be worth good money. 1981 D quarter, Denver, in MS67 condition, it can sell for $200-$500. 1981 proof quarters, especially the Type 2 Clear S mint mark, can bring $50 to $200. Off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or other mint errors can go for hundreds depending on severity. So, next time you're sorting through your change or emptying your piggy bank, take a closer look at those quarters. Who knows, you could be holding a $1.8 million mistake. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, share it with your fellow coin hunters, and leave a comment if you've ever found a rare coin. Would you sell the $1 million quarter if you found it? Or keep it forever? Tell us in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe, because your next million might just be sitting in your pocket. 1990 D Washington quarter, what makes it rare, why it's so valuable, and how you might just have one sitting in your pocket or change jar. First, let's talk briefly about the Washington quarter series. Introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington, this coin quickly became a staple of American currency. The quarter we're focusing on today comes from 1990, part of the clad Washington quarters minted between 1965 and 1998. Most 1990 quarters are incredibly common. Millions were produced. But one specific version, minted in Denver and marked with a small d below the bust of Washington, is making headlines. So, how can a common coin be worth more than a luxury car or even a house? The answer lies in a minting error, combined with its extreme rarity and collector demand. Now, it's important to say up front, not every 1990 D quarter is valuable. But a specific variation is. The $1 million version of this coin is believed to be either a wrong planchet error, meaning it was struck on a coin blank meant for another denomination, or potentially a proof coin mistakenly struck and released into circulation. These types of mistakes are incredibly rare. In the rarest cases, a quarter might be struck on a silver planchet, or even a foreign coin blank, raising its value exponentially. Alright, now for the part you've been waiting for. How do you identify whether you have this rare coin? Look for the small d under the word "In God We Trust." Use a precise scale. A normal clad quarter weighs 5.67 grams, but an era quarter on a silver planchet could weigh around 6.25 grams. Normal quarters have a copper-colored edge. If your quarter has a solid silver edge, it's a huge clue. Look for proof-like features. Extremely sharp details and a mirror-like surface can indicate a misstruck proof. If you see any of these signs, do not spend it. You might have a 6 or 7-figure treasure. Now let's talk about the legendary $1.7 million sale. This jaw-dropping figure came from a private auction, where a pristine 1990 D quarter with a verified mint error and perfect condition was sold to a top-tier collector. Professional grading services like PCGS and NGC play a huge role in confirming a coin's rarity and authenticity. Without certification, no collector would pay millions. Think you might have a valuable 1990 D quarter? Here's what to do next. Don't clean it. Leave it in its natural state. Cleaning can lower its value. Get it professionally graded by PCGS or NGC. These services will evaluate its condition, confirm any mint errors, and provide an official grade. Consult a coin dealer or auction house that specializes in rare coins. Companies like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers are great places to start. Let's quickly break down the value tiers for 1990 D quarters. Common circulated coins, still worth 25 cents. Uncirculated or mint state versions, $2 to $15. Verified mint error or silver planchet, $1,000 to $1.7 million. Coins like this remind us that treasures can be hiding in plain sight. All it takes is a sharp eye, some patience, and a little luck. Go through your change. Check your old coin jars. You never know, you might just be holding a $1.7 million Washington quarter. If you found this video helpful or exciting, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss rare coin alerts like this one. 1992 D Washington quarter, and why collectors are going crazy over it. Make sure to stick around because I'll show you how to spot this $1 million coin, what to look for, and the shocking reason it's so valuable. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap that bell so you never miss a coin worth a fortune. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington. Designed by John Flanagan, it has remained a staple in U.S. coinage for decades. By 1992, the quarter had seen a few design tweaks, but one thing stayed consistent: it was still just a quarter, unless, of course, something went wrong at the mint. The 1992 D quarter was minted in Denver, indicated by the D mint mark on the coin's front, near Washington's ponytail. Now, here's where things get interesting. Most 1992 D quarters are worth face value, but a tiny number were accidentally struck with a proof reverse die. These are known as transitional error quarters or closed AM quarters. What that means is the back of the coin, known as the reverse, has the AM in America extremely close together, unlike regular business strikes which have a noticeable gap. How rare is it? Only a handful of these 1992 D closed AM quarters are known to exist, which makes them ultra-rare in the coin collecting world. In 2022, one of these rare 1992 D quarters was reportedly sold in a private auction for $1.8 million. Yes, you heard that right. This wasn't just a rumor, it shook the numismatic world. And the best part? It could still be out there. Experts believe more of these coins might be hiding in old collections, pocket change, or even in jars in your kitchen. So how do you know if you have the $1 million 1992 D quarter? Look for a 1992 date with a D mint mark, flip it over and look at the word America. If the A and M are touching or very close, you might have the closed AM reverse. Use a magnifying glass or coin loop, compare it to a regular 1992 quarter, get it authenticated by PCGS or NGC. If your quarter checks these boxes, stop everything and get it appraised immediately. You could be sitting on a life-changing treasure. Found a suspect coin? Here's what to do next. Where to get coins graded: send it to a professional grader, PCGS or NGC. Avoid selling it raw on eBay or Facebook. You won't get full value. Join coin forums or visit local coin shows. And remember, even if you don't find a 1992 D close AM quarter, always check your change. You never know what treasures are waiting. 1995 Washington quarter. There's been a ton of buzz around one particular coin said to be worth over $1.5 million. But is it real? Why would a 25-cent piece be worth a fortune? Stay tuned, because the answer might just shock you. Let's start with the basics. The 1995 D Washington quarter was struck at the Denver Mint. That's what the D Mint mark stands for. It features the familiar image of George Washington on the obverse, with the iconic eagle on the reverse, a design used from 1932 until 1998. In 1995, hundreds of millions of these coins were made. In fact, over 1.1 billion Washington quarters were minted that year. So how could one be worth a fortune? To understand that, we need to talk about what makes a coin valuable. Coin collectors, or numismatists, look at three key things: how many exist in that exact condition. Mistakes made at the mint can drastically increase value, also known as grade, which ranges from worn out to perfect mint state. Most 1995 D quarters are worth, well, 25 cents. Maybe $1 or $2 in mint condition. But a rare error or perfect high-grade example? That's where things get interesting. So, what's this about a 1995 D quarter selling for $1.7 million? According to online rumors, a single coin in pristine mint state with a rare error, possibly a double die or off-center strike, sold to a private collector for a mind-blowing amount. But here's the truth. While this $1.7 million figure is highly sensationalized, there have been 1995 D quarters that sold for thousands. Especially if they're graded MS67 or higher by professional services like PCGS or NGC. For example, in a heritage auction sale, a 1995 D quarter graded MS68 sold for over $1,000. Not millions, but still impressive for pocket change. If you're hoping to strike gold, look for these known valuable errors on the 1995 D. Double die obverse, DDO. Look for slight doubling in the inscriptions like "In God We Trust" or "Liberty." Off-center strike. Part of the coin is blank, or the design is misaligned. Clipped planchet. The coin looks like it has a bite taken out. Struck on wrong planchet. Sometimes quarters are accidentally struck on a dime planchet. These errors can be worth hundreds or even thousands depending on rarity and grade. Want to check your coins? Here's how. Grab a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe. Look closely at the mint mark. Make sure it's a D. Examine the lettering and design for any signs of doubling. Check for odd shapes, blank spots, or strange thickness. Visit PCGS.com or ngccoin.com to compare with known error examples. If your coin looks promising, submit it for grading, a small investment that can yield big rewards. Let's set realistic expectations. Most 1995 D quarters, even in great condition, are worth less than $5. Only coins with verified errors or top-tier mint grades, MS68 and above, fetch serious money, and even then, we're usually talking hundreds to thousands, not millions. So where did the $1.7 million number come from? Most likely a misinterpreted online post, clickbait article, or exaggerated auction rumor. Bottom line, the 1995 D quarter in your pocket probably won't make you a millionaire, but it might be worth more than face value. So check your change. You never know what treasures might be hiding in plain sight. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe for more coin collecting tips, and drop a comment if you've got a 1995 D quarter you want us to look at.